Okay. It says I'm online and it says I'm sending data. I think I am online. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Monday. I don't know about you, but wow. I don't want to come back after the weekend. We got a lot of work done around the house this weekend. I got all of my hedges trimmed. Hey, we got Nehad El-Sherif. Yeah, we're live. Okay, I wasn't sure. Thank you, Nehad, for letting me know. So today is a special day. We've got a Buck 41 Club inductee, Mr. Nehad El-Sherif. We're going to be digging in around GFCI protection. We're going to talk a little bit about, hey, Tamaki, good to see you. We're going to be talking about Nehad's efforts around increasing electrical safety, which includes ground fault circuit interrupter protection. So you got to check out his Buck 41 Club webpage. If you just go to thomasdimitrovich.com buck41/buck BUCK41. You'll see the whole page. I believe Nehad should be on there now. I just made that modification last night late. But when we talk with Nehad today, we're going to be talking about shock protection. We're going to be talking about that GFCI protection on that outdoor outlet. That's going to be a point of discussion. So if you want to talk about and learn more about the requirements in the 2020 code that were expanded to outdoor outlets, and I would argue, if you want to talk a little bit about the GFCI requirements that expanded in the previous cycle beyond 15 and 20 amps, Nehad was at the heart of all of that, as were other people as well, because as Nehad will tell you, and as most people will tell you, that it takes more than one. Think about that. You can have the greatest idea, and if in the Buck 41 Club, it's you got the penny, right? You got to share your thoughts. Your nickel means you're actually trying to do something. The dime recognizes we don't change on a dime. Our electrical industry takes time. Why does it take time? Because sometimes your ideas are really good, and it causes an industry to change what they've been doing for years. And that means manufacturers have to change. That means that installers have to change. That means a lot of different things have to happen. And sometimes we're just not ready for that fast of a change. And sometimes that is good. Sometimes a slight delay or a raise in awareness, you get everybody thinking and everybody moving in the same direction, and that leads to success. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen overnight, and a lot of times we get frustrated with that. And then you got the quarter. A lot of times when we make suggestions, they're not popular. People may not agree with you. You know, I think it was Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi made us. There was a quote, and I can't remember it exactly, but he says, first they'll laugh at you, then they'll ridicule you, and then something else, and then you know you've won, right? And I think that is a lot of what we see in many industries. You come up with an idea, and sometimes it's spot on, dead accurate, and people will laugh at you because they're afraid of it, they'll make fun of it, and then they'll mock you, and then all of a sudden, I think there's a time of realization that, you know what, he's got a point. So in any case, Nehad, you're more than welcome, buddy. Very well deserved Buck 41. So Nehad and GFCIs, if you want to understand a lot of those, we're going to be talking about those today. This week is huge. Last week, we finished up arc flash testing. for the first part with Dr. Lee down in St. Louis, in our labs in St. Louis. What we're doing is IEEE is looking at trying to understand what happens on single phase arc flashes events, whether or not you have to perform an arc flash analysis in the single phase world, 120, 240, 208, those lower voltages. And Dr. Lee is looking at expanding and doing, he's got an idea, and he shared this at many IEEE electrical safety workshops, that he can relate the AC testing with the DC side of the business, and maybe we can come up with equations to calculate incident energy for DC applications. Right now we have the Dan-Doan method. And then, okay, so this week we're going to be doing some postmortems on that, but I bring that up because on Thursday, I believe, we are going to have a discussion with Mr. Mike King on arc flash calculations. We're going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive on arc flash calculations. That ought to be a good one. Tomorrow, we're going to be staying outside of the arc flash boundary with Russ Seyfried. Now, what Russ brings to the table and his organization expands on the capabilities of other manufacturers, and like myself and others, who want to get the electrical worker outside of the arc flash boundary. We all work, that's one thing from a perspective of industry. And the IAEI and the IEC, the Independent Electrical Contractors, the union, we all have one thing in common. We want to keep our electrical workers safe, and we bring solutions to the table. Well, Russ Seyfried is with CBS ArcSafe, and these guys bring solutions to the table that gets you out of in front of the equipment, regardless of the vintage, right? You've always, there are all different types of vintages of circuit breakers, molded case, always up the big power circuit breakers, medium voltage, low voltage. And our end goal has to be, even when you think you've nailed it, and the chances of an arc flash, we're always talking risk and severity. I'm sorry, risk is severity and likelihood. The likelihood is very low. That doesn't mean you can't take steps in the layer of the onions to get that electrical worker outside the arc flash boundary. So Tuesday night, we are going to do a deep dive into the arc flash boundary. We're going to talk about all the different ways to get the electrical worker outside of the arc flash boundary. So you're going to want to join in, and Russ is a special guest, a good friend. He helped me, and his family helped me learn how to weld, fix my truck. These guys are awesome, and Russ is a great guy. So you are going to absolutely love Russ Seyfried and our discussion about getting our electrical workers outside of the arc flash boundary. And I've got a Q&A session with the Independent Electrical Contractors Association. They've asked me to do a program to do a Q&A, questions and answers, on the 2020 requirements on ground fault circuit interrupters. So I was honored to sit into that session and talk about those changes. I told you I'm going to be doing a post-mortem on the arc flash testing that we did last week. It was really, it was interesting to see what would sustain and what would not sustain from an arc flash perspective. And yes, somebody else had asked me the question last week, are we testing on equipment, real world equipment? And the answer to that is no. We're using arcs in a box. So we're still doing the box. We still have the electrodes. We're doing a very similar test, almost outside of the parameters to what we did in IEEE 1584 for the 2018 version. So we're just expanding the data. And what we're really looking for is that floor. Where will an arc not sustain itself? When do you really not have to worry about doing an arc flash analysis? So I'm looking forward to when Dr. Lee delivers his paper and his information at the electrical safety workshop. And I'm telling, if you don't attend the electrical, it was virtual this past year. And I don't know if that's going to be maintained. I don't know if it's going to be a split. I sure hope that there is some virtual aspect of everything we do in the industry, because we're getting to the Tamakis of the world in Japan, who probably would not be coming to the electrical safety workshop in Tallahassee, Florida, here in the United States, but obviously is very interested in electrical safety and would love to participate virtually. There are people across the globe that would love and could benefit from a lot of the information that's delivered at the electrical safety workshop. So that is going to be, you've just got to keep your eyes on that. And I'll be putting those links out, and we'll be talking more about the workshop, all that good stuff. Wisconsin, this week is the Wisconsin International Association of Electrical Inspectors, and they are virtual. It's going to be a Zoom. Steve Froming and I, God bless that man. I mean, there are people that you just look at and you just say, God, I'm so glad we've got this type of a person out there walking the earth, because Steve Froming, just like so many others, is passionate. Tamaki, you're gonna have to come down to your to meet your friend from the Sunshine State next time it's in Tallahassee, Florida. Steve Froming is absolutely passionate about what he does, and he wants to bring the best experience he can to those who attend his meetings. And he wants to share the best information. He seeks out some of the best in the industry to provide technical knowledge. And he and I worked this weekend. I'll tell you what, I'm sore this week, because I don't know if there is a better way out there. If anybody knows of a tool that will cut hedges that you can stand upright. I have hedges around my backyard that are, I don't know, they're maybe about 2 foot high, square, and they sort of outline some areas in the yard. I don't know if you've ever tried to cut hedges that are 2 foot high. God bless the people who do that on a daily basis, because I can't. I just did it this weekend, and my back is killing me. I wish there was a solution that would let you stand upright, hold those trimmers, and cut. There's got to be a solution out there somewhere. I just don't know what it is. But in any case, so Steve and I worked on Sunday for quite a few hours trying to get different configurations. And ESI, Electrical Safety Work, ESW 2022 is scheduled to be in Jacksonville, Florida. Excellent. Tamaki in the house. Get those plane tickets now. So Steve and I worked this weekend, and I'll tell you, there's if you go to if you look at the IAEI, and all I did was I just Googled Wisconsin IAEI, and you'll see the Wisconsin chapter IAEI. And if you scroll down, it says 2021 Wisconsin chapter IAEI May meeting will be virtual this year. Conference dates May 19th through the 21st. There's a list of topics: temporary wiring, hazardous locations, reconditioning, listing, labeling, and field evaluation process, SCCR, photovoltaics, building code changes for the electricians, electrical safety in the workplace for inspectors and contractors. And there's a link to register. And so 5 sessions over 3 dates. So 5 sessions you can choose from. Each is $50, and you sign up for any or all. But if you sign up for 4, As our thank you, the 5th is free. So it's $50 a session. There's 5 sessions, it looks like. The 5th one's free, so 50, 50, 50, 50. $200. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday AM sessions, 8 to 11:15. Wednesday, Thursday PM sessions, 12:15 to 3:30. And come online early. And my guess is, since it's Wisconsin, they are in the central time zone. So you should check that out if you're interested in any of those topics. I'm sure you will have the best of the best of the best of the best. So, okay, so that's sort of a rough draft of what the week looks out. Don't forget to check out my calendar on thomasdimitrovich.com or tdimitrovich.com if you don't want to spell out Thomas, but you're still going to have to learn how to spell my last name. And what else? All right, so check out today. Remember, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we will be live. It is 8:02. I've got to get to work. Me and Nehad got to work out some details. And then also Russ Safri, he got a new camera, so we're going to work out some details with him this morning as well. Okay, everybody, take care, stay safe, God bless. Remember, please stay healthy, and you can make a difference today. Just takes one little thought of the mind. So make your difference today, save lives, increase safety, do all the voodoo that you do so well, and make it happen. So today's your day, as it is mine. It's Monday. It is going to be hard to get moving, but make it happen today. So thanks for everything. Thanks for tuning in, watching. Stay safe, God bless, and please stay healthy. Signing off. I got to create a button for that. All right. There it was. Take care, everybody.